Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? My name is KK. I'm an entrepreneur. As you know, I have created this channel to educate a lot of people who have dreams but who doesn't know where to start and need help on how to achieve their dreams. So thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, use the comment section and let me know. So I'm gonna keep this a very raw video because I believe information is important than presentation, because this is not a pitching competition or anything. All you need to know is the knowledge that I'm sharing. So I'm gonna just make it very raw. All right, let's get started. Today, what am I doing in terms of which topic I'm gonna cover? One topic that I always feel like want to share with you, because any budding entrepreneurs, anyone who's starting a business, want to be very careful with one thing. Because when you start a business or a company, and if you are not aware of that, you might end up a lot of problems, troubles. Okay, and this applies to people who want to start something or have a plans to work with multiple partners. Even today, you start a company all by yourself, like a one person. Don't just think that forever you're going to be just one person, unless if it is like a YouTube channel or you are a writer or something. Yes, but otherwise, if it is a company or a business, at some point you might just look out for partners that might want to be part of your growth. Most of the people start some company or a business with the partners, with the partnerships. So usually what happens, people might, bunch of friends, like couple of friends or colleagues, would just talk something, and then they decide, oh, let's build it. Now, the most major mistake that first time business people or an entrepreneurs, even sometimes an experienced people do, is how they come to an agreement with regards to the sharing that company. Well, two friends are there, they want to start something. They'll be like, oh, you know what, we both are equals, so you will have 50%, I'll have a 50%, so let's start this company. Wonderful. And then they will have some basic template that says, okay, 50% you and 50% me. Wonderful. Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. Today, two good friends agreed on 50-50% and started this business, right? What, after a month or in 6 months or even next week, the other friend wanna quit or say he's leaving the city or the country, or something unfortunate happened and he's no more alive. What do? You are the only person that is alive, or you are the only person that is active, working every day, but you remember you have only 50%. Whatever revenue that comes, the other friend has a 50% already, whether you work or not. So you will be working, but that person also starts getting 50%, which is not reasonable. And that is where the fights begin. Like, well, I'm working, you're not working. Even if that person is in the company, after some time, say if he's just putting only 10% of his efforts and you are working like a 90%, still he's getting the benefits. This is not reasonable. And this is what I'm going to teach you on how to structure a company. That way, even if it is your first time business, it doesn't matter what your future is going to be, any circumstances, this particular structure will help you have a proper structure. So let me introduce to a concept called vesting schedule, right? So what is a vesting schedule? It's nothing but when you're starting a company, you agreeing to your shares, but not on the day one, but for many years. For instance, say you have 50% of the company and your friend has a 50% of the company. Instead of both taking the whole 50% today and say next month this friend stops working, that's a big problem. So instead of taking 50-50 this day, you will vest it for next 4 years or maybe 5 years. So you both will come to an agreement saying, okay, let's split this 50% for 5 years. So we will make it 10% per each year, right? Well, this is where it gets a little complicated. Let's, instead of talking about the percentage, let's talk about the number of shares, right? Say you have total of 1,000 shares in your company. Instead of you taking 500 today and your friend taking 500 shares today, and then next week your friend stops working, but still he holds a 500 shares, you will also have 500 shares. That is wrong. So when you do it in a vesting schedule, you will have 1,000 shares, you both are 50-50, but on the day one, you guys will talk about, let's, because this business takes say 5 years, right? Some usually businesses are long term, not short term. So believe that. So you guys say every year, let us take 100 shares each, whoever is working actively. You agree to that, because tomorrow even you might get distracted, or you might have some other things in your life. You might have to move to different country. So you don't want to stop your friend, or your friend doesn't want to stop you. So you both agree to the same terms that as long as you both are working for the company, you will earn those remaining shares. So the first year, you both start with 100 shares and he will have 100 shares. The remaining 800, it just sits there. No value for that, because only the issued shares are 200 right now for both of you. And that 200 is equal to 100%. Okay? So you start working. And if your friend stops after 6 months and you're continuing, no problem. Because when you get into a second year, because your friend is not working anymore, he just stops at 100 shares. But second year, as per the agreement, you will get the second 100 shares. So now you have a 200 shares, your friend has only 100 shares. Now the total is 300 shares. Out of 300, you hold 200 shares, your friend hold 100 shares, which means you hold 2/3 of the company, your friend holds 1/3 of the company. Say now you get into a third year, now you are working, your friend is not working. So the third year, again, you will get another 100 shares because you're working. Now total 400 shares is equal to 100% of the company. So now you hold 75% of the company, your friend is holding only 25% of the company. And then fourth year and then fifth year. So you keep getting shares, but your friend will not, because he's not working anymore, or even he's not alive anymore. So this is how you safeguard your company. Sometimes you might say 1 year is a long period, because what if he stops in the 1 month or after 3 months, right? That 100 shares per year, you can split into quarterly or even monthly, right? So you can say, let's do it quarterly and divide that 100 shares, like 33 point something shares for every quarter. So you can just start getting it. This is how one of the most secured way of getting into a partnership, not knowing what future is going to be, is putting a vesting schedule. All right. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put it on comments. All right. So now the next thing, I think, let us do one thing. Let's take one concept or one topic at a time. So um, what else? Yeah, that's how the vesting schedule works. All right, let me also tell you some more while we are talking about a vesting schedule. All right. So today you started a company, like 2 people, 3 people, whatever, right? Sometimes there is a vesting schedule for employees also. So you wanted to hire, for example, a talented guy. For example, he has a unique skills. You will say, oh, I know this, I know that, blah, 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 blah. First time when you meet a people, they give so much of positive things about themselves. We believe. And then we are in a hurry, we'll just hire them. Even the later partners that are coming in, they boast and they say any damn thing that they want that make you believe. Don't fall in that pit, okay? This is business. No, don't believe anybody saying anything that they will do anything unless they actually work and provide you value. You should always have a question mark that how can I trust this guy? And answer is no, I'm not trusting you. You can be anybody, even if it is your own brother or your own sister. Don't believe this is business. So this is where a concept called a vesting schedule with a cliff. Remember the name cliff. So an example, you are looking for another partner or an employee. And this guy, you meet him and he says awesome things and you like super excited. He will ask for, okay, I need 10% of your company. Do not freaking agree to that. It is disaster. Even if you agree for 10%, but do not give it on the day one of him joining it. He may demand that I need that right now, then only I can work and build and take your company to the next level. Whoever it may be. Do not give shares on the day one. Tell him, I understand and I believe in you, but we have to get into a vesting schedule with cliff. What is cliff? Say you're giving him or agreed to give him 10% for next 4 years, 2.5% for each year. Cliff starts like in 1 year, like a 1 year cliff, at least 6 months cliff. What is cliff? He has to work without any equity, whole cliff period. And if it is 1 year cliff, after 12 months of him working, he gets the first 2.5%. And then the second year, third year, fourth year. So if he stays with the company and if he provides value as what he has promised until the whole 4 years, he gets 10%. He should earn the percentage. You should not demand or you should not give him. That causes a lot of problems. So tell him minimum 4 years vesting schedule with a 1 year cliff. Or if you negotiate, you can go up to 6 months cliff. And when cliff started, he's already worked for like 6 months or 1 year. In this 1 year, you will completely know if he's really adding the value or he's just bullshit. If any point in this cliff, even after 9 months, 10 months, if you know this guy is just bluffing and only talking, not bloody doing and adding value, kick him out. Clearly send him saying like, thank you so much. And because you have a cliff, you don't have to give him even 1% or even a 0.1% of your company. But if he really adds value, if you are smart, you will never lose him. He should know that. So he better add value to your company because your company is your dream. And without people adding value, company will not grow. And if you have a bad people in your team, your company will not grow because even the future partners or an investors doesn't like this type of people. They also want to know that this whole company is with a good hands, So you make sure that this is not personal, this is purely business. So anybody that is going to work in your company should be very much passionate and loyal, trustworthy to work in your company. Okay? So this applies same to an employee. You're hiring an employee and you're giving him say 0.5% of your company, but do not give it on the day one. Put it like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years vesting schedule with 6 months or 1 year cliff. So let him join, let him work, and then once he satisfies you, reaches the cliff, then pay him. Okay, if it is an employee, sometimes you will bring him on a equity plus a salary. Means you will negotiate a salary. Say if he's demanding $5,000 per month, you're a startup, you don't have $5,000. You tell him, you know what, I'm gonna pay you maybe $2,000 plus I'll give you 0.5% of equity in the company. 0.5%, my friend, is a lot. People doesn't know startups. They think, oh, what, 0.5%? That is so little. I need 10%, 15%. No way. If somebody is coming later in the game, you have already worked your entire time building it. So if somebody is coming later, you should understand what is the market standards for it can be a CMO, a CTO, even for an executive positions, the percentages are maybe 2% is maximum or 2.5. If someone is coming from extraordinary background, for example, you are hiring a great guy from maybe an amazing company who has already built and sold for $1 million, yes, you might have to give him a little bit more, but again, maybe a 3, 4, 5 maximum percentage. If anybody asking more than that, they are immature. They don't know startups. They're just bullshitting you, right? You can Google and check for what are the equity standards for CMO, CTO, executive people, or whatever it is, and you will know what I'm talking about. So you agree to pay him salary of 2,000 and then give him an equity. And every month you can pay that salary, but the equity you will start giving after cliff period is completed. Am I clear? So again, if you have any questions, type, ask. I might answer later. I hope you really like this. I'm gonna do this again and again because actually recording a video, editing it, and putting out there is actually taking a lot of time, and I am a little busy with building my own startup company. But somehow I wanted to send this message and share my knowledge with the great people like you. So I thought it doesn't matter about editing or presentation. I just want to share the information, right? All right, guys, if I have missed any of the points, I'm going to cover that in the next series of my videos. Just keep watching or keep it just playing while you're cooking or while you're doing some other work. Just play, put it on a speaker, and keep listening to this. Any value, even if it is 1% of value that I have provided with my videos, I'm super happy. And if that saves you from the future problems, I'm so blessed. And if you really like what I'm saying, you know what to do. Share, subscribe, like, comment, whatever it is. It's a world of common mind people coming together, okay? So I really happy that you're listening to this video because you are a smart person. You want to build your dream. You want to become successful. Good luck for you. I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you so much. Goodbye.